Last night, Team Cherry took to Twitter, took to their website, gave us a press release and told us Silksong is getting its first confirmed DLC, Sea of Sorrows. And we also got another piece of information from their other popular game, Hollow Knight. So stick around to the end of the video to make sure you know exactly what is going on. Make sure you subscribe and like today's video to enjoy, and let's get right into it. So of course you have this trailer that I am showing right now in the background. It is Sea of Sorrows. It doesn't show us any gameplay whatsoever, but we can infer that this is in fact going to be taking place around some type of water. Hornet emerges from the ocean in what looks like something similar to the Bell excavator that we were able to use in Act 3 in Silksong, and I wonder if that is the same type of technology and where is this going to be taking place, right? Because in Biowater, we obviously had a lot of liquid. That was a horrible area. It was a beautiful soundtrack that played, but it was just a frustrating and cruel area. I think a lot of this is taking inspiration from that potential area with potential water outside of those zones. I think that this is going to be one of the biggest updates we have ever seen in Hollow Knight history. So here is the first part of this I want to read to you. Hey everyone, with Hollow Knight Silksong's launch year coming to a close, we wanted to take a moment and share a peek at what we've been working on, what's available now, and what's coming in 2026. But first and most importantly, we wanted to say a huge thank you to all the players who've braved Silksong's distant and dangerous lands. That's over 7 million of you who've purchased the game, alongside millions more playing on Xbox Game Pass. This is an absurd number, and it's the first confirmation of sales numbers that we have gotten for Hollow Knight Silksong thus far. 7 million copies sold. That is absolutely absurd for a team as small as this. That's so much money. And of course, a lot of that money will go right back into the marketing of these games, which they don't really market their games a whole lot, so maybe it's not a lot of money going towards that. But of course, they're paying their developers handsomely, the 3 of them. They're paying Christopher Larkin. They're paying a few other people here and there. But outside of that, it is $140 million is 7 million copies sold of a $20 game. It's an absurd amount of money for anyone to have. And Hollow Knight sold way more than that and was only 15 bucks and made them millions and millions more. I am confident that they are just swimming in cash right now, and yet they still continue to do this, as we learned back in my video in September, covering that entire interview, my most popular video by far, by the way. Thank you guys for the support on that. But in that interview, we learned that they just loved making this game. The reason that Silksong took as long as it did was because they simply were in development heaven. A lot of people talk about development hell. This was development heaven for Team Cherry. They adored every second of this process, of everything with this game. I believe they even said in that interview, go back and check that video out to make sure I'm right on this, but I'm pretty sure that they said in that interview that they had as much money as they could ever possibly need. This was all just a passion project for them. They went in every day to work to do what they wanted to do. Have fun, enjoy their time, not put any sort of restraints on themselves, not let themselves be bogged down by the people outside, the noise that was really clamoring in on Team Cherry's studio. They simply did not give a crap. They went into work every day, they did what they wanted to do, and this was the result. Boy, was it worth the wait, and I am so sorry to Team Cherry that you did not win Game of the Year, but hey, at least you won Action Adventure, right?
And the Game Award goes to Hollow Knight Silksong. See, you guys won.
Something's going on with you and Jeff, isn't there? I mean, you can tell me, guys. You can tell me. I won't tell anyone, but, you know, something's going on. They continue on in their press release saying, it is a truly staggering number of players, more than we could have ever expected, enough to crash all of the storefronts. Watching the community grow, seeing the amazing art, the mods, the unexpected strategies, and the support between players through the game's challenges has been hugely rewarding for us here at home. Your continued enthusiasm remains a massive motivator as we work towards expanding the game even further. That first big expansion is already well underway. Check out the teaser below for a hint at what's coming up next. Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow is what's coming up next, and we knew from that interview back in September that they absolutely were working on DLC for this game, that we were going to continue to get more content for this game, and it says 2026. That's the big surprise for us, right? Like next year, sometime next year, this DLC will be releasing for free. Free content. It's free content. It's absolutely insane. I love having just... I'm so excited. There is simply no other studio doing what Team Cherry is doing. Team Cherry is simply unique. They are one of a kind. They are doing things that no other company could dare to do. They're breaking boundaries, they are pushing limits, and they are saying, we will do what we want to do. We will treat you right. The fan base will get their games first, and they're going to get them cheap, and then you're going to have to pay a whole nothing to get the DLC. As far as the DLC itself goes, we didn't get a whole lot of information. This is what they said regarding that. New areas, bosses, tools, and more. Hornet's adventures continue in our nautically themed expansion, coming free for all players next year, 2026. We'll keep further details a secret for now, but expect additional info shortly before Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow releases. I love how they go out of their way to say shortly before, because we all know Silksong was literally given its release date 2 weeks prior to that game's release. Shortly before very well will mean shortly before. Now, of course, we get a couple of different shots from this trailer that shows us a sneak peek of what this expansion could look like. We get ringing bells at the very start of it. They look like a little conveyor, pulley lever system, stuff like that. Then we see what appears to be some kind of body, perhaps wrapped up on an altar that is looking like it's about to be transported or is held down by some kind of rope. I'm not sure why that they are showing this, but okay. Then they show us what looks to be something similar to what Hornet was transported in to get to Farloom, but it looks a lot different, and it's connected to something on the ground here that we're just not able to see. There's something broken within it, kind of looks a little bit like that blue substance from Hollow Knight, and then we see a little bit of electricity on the top of that container. Then, of course, Hornet rises up from the sea, and we get Sea of Sorrow with that vehicle behind her. So we have no idea what is really going to come from this expansion, if she might be going underwater, what that looks like in any capacity, but I am confident no matter what, this is going to be one of the best pieces of media in 2026, and you can bet on that. And if we didn't have enough good news from Team Cherry already, guess what else they said in that press release? Alongside Silksong's continued development, we haven't forgot about its sibling, and today we're excited to announce that we are hard at work at an updated version of Hollow Knight for the Nintendo Switch 2. Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 Edition incorporates all the updates and enhancements that Silksong received on the platform. High frame rate modes, higher resolutions, and many additional graphical effects. You ready for this? This is the best part. As with Silksong, players who own a copy of Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch will be able to download the new Switch 2 edition for free when it launches in 2026. For free! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Team Cherry. All that time and effort and work that you're putting into this, and for free. We get it for free. What is happening? In preparation for that release, we'll be updating all versions of the original game for current platforms, adding features and fixing bugs. I wonder what that adding features part is. I'm not going to get my hopes up on that, but I don't know. We could see something really cool happen, or maybe they just mean something that is going to be related to that modern hardware. Maybe for the Switch 2, for example, they incorporate some kind of gyro sensor or something with the mouse or something with the controller's vibration sensor or something like that. I don't know. PC players can experience many of those updates right now via the public beta branches on Steam and GOG where they've gone live. That includes 16:10 and 21:9 aspect ratio support for those of you with Steam Decks or ultra-wide monitors. Check out the current list of fixes and improvements here, with more due to come before full release next year. Wow, that's a lot of great news. I'm sure there's nothing... Shaw! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? It's not Amiibo, right? And you know I go crazy for some Amiibo. But we've got ourselves one more piece of information from this press release. We're getting ourselves some minifigures of Silksong characters. And for a final surprise to celebrate Silksong's release, our talented mate Alex from Studio Taito and our friends at Fangamer have prepared an all-new series of minifigures depicting Hornet, her friends, and her rivals. These stylish little cuties are available for pre-order right now, either individually or as a complete set. Jump over to Fangamer to check them out along with the other classy Silksong merch. I am absolutely buying at least the Hornet statue. I don't know if I'm going to get any other ones, but I need at least the Hornet one, right? This is history in the making right here, right? Like with even my Amiibo, and I'm on a rant here, I know. Even with my Amiibo, I get them because of the history, and you're going to see in an Amiibo video coming up soon what I mean by that, but I just truly adore having history in my physical hands. It's so cool. Beyond Fangamer's excellent items, the Hollow Knight games will also be popping up in various sales across the holiday break. Keep an eye out to grab a discounted copy, whether that's for a friend, a family member, or for yourself. That's it, but for a tiny team, that feels like a lot, and we've even more plans for 26 that we are keeping under wraps. For now though, Team Cherry will be taking a few weeks to rest and prepare before the big year to come. Happy holidays, Team Cherry. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to y'all. Now, if you go to the Fangamer website, I will show you on the screen right now, Hollow Knight Silksong minifigurines, $112 for all 8 of them, and for each individual one, they are going to be about $15. So I'm probably going to get the Silksong one, perhaps I'll get the Chakra one, but I don't know. Maybe the flea one, I like the little flea, we'll see. I don't know, I can't be spending all my money on this, okay? So that's all the information, that's all the news, but I think I have myself a solid prediction with some good evidence as to when this update is going to be releasing. Silksong came out in last September, right? And they already confirmed within this press release itself that there's going to be more content coming out for this game in 2026. And maybe not even just for this game, because the way they worded it was, we are going to be giving us more content in 26. So it could be literally anything. It could be a different game. It's not going to be, in my opinion, but it could be anything, technically, with that wording. But I think because of that, they are going to have a release in early 2026, whether that be spring or early summer. I would hedge my bets around April to May. That's when I think this update's coming out. And why do I think that? Well, if they have extra content coming out in 26, other Silksong stuff, or other content in general, I think they're going to want to get this one out of the way early in the year. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be delayed. It could potentially be delayed if they want to add more content. Maybe this becomes its own game, right? But no, I really think it's going to come out earlier in this year. And another reason I think that is because these little minifigures come out in spring of 2026. That's what it says on the website. It says, do not expect it until spring of 2026. And so I think if they want to roll all of this out at the same time, it's going to be Silksong getting its update early 2026 in that spring, April, May period, maybe even June. Then you get yourself some minifigures in June as well, spring area, and then perhaps the Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition all coming out around the exact same time. I actually just stopped recording this video for a second to put in my purchase for that minifigure, so here's the proof on that. I will support Team Cherry and whatever endeavors that they pursue. What a great company. So yeah, that's the news. That's what happened today. That's what's going on from Team Cherry, and I hope I was able to help keep you well informed on all of it. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure you guys have yourselves a phenomenal day. Let me know all of your thoughts about this content down below in the comments. Speculation, theories, everything, literally everything. I will read and respond to all of it. Please consider joining my membership program, just a couple bucks a month, to get early access to all of my videos and support the channel and me as an individual content creator. If you'd like to reminisce a little bit on that time period when this game first launched, click on the left side of your screen to see me absolutely gushing about this game's release date, and then click on the right side of your screen to see my video covering the actual interview itself. Thank you very much for that. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I hope you all have a phenomenal day. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see you all in the next video.